Next on Eyewitness News.
The ex-wife of former Jefferson Parish President Aaron Broussard changes her plea. How her cooperation could mean the investigation into Broussard is expanding.
Plus, local ranchers are struggling with a drought. Why the lack of rain could cause far-reaching and long-lasting problems.
Neighbors here in Lakeshore Estates have filed suit against that concrete crushing operation. I'm Doug Mouton near Slidell. We'll hear from both sides coming up.
From WWL-TV, the spirit of Louisiana, this is Louisiana's news leader. Channel 4's Eyewitness News at 6.
Neighbors say in Slidell, they want a concrete crushing operation shut down and moved. They call it unbearable.
The landowners call it necessary and completely legal. North Shore Bureau Chief Doug Mouton has more on the growing battle.
That used to be the Twin Span Bridge. Soon it'll be crushed and transformed into hurricane protection barriers. And that process neighbors call
unbearable. Very unbearable, aggravating, frustrating, tormenting.
Shirley Wagner and roughly 60 homeowners in and around Lakeshore Estates filed suit this morning because of dust, which they believe is causing unhealthy air and noise.
The noise level has been outrageous. The tugboats come in and out all hours of the night.
Also, as homeowners, the neighbors here say they own a piece of this channel, and the tugboats coming in to take the material out of here are trespassing on their property.
When you look at the facts and you look at the law, I can not for the life of me understand why anyone is suing Tammany Holding Company.
Wayne Collier represents the Tammany Holding Company, which is owned by Bobby Torres. Tammany Holding leases the land to the state.
They found a property that was ideally located in geography, and surely the taxpayers are paying much less for this product because the location is so near to the site where the demolition's taking place and so near to the site where the rocks are being placed. So it was the perfect site for the state, and we were happy to accommodate the public.
Wayne Collier says all permits are in order. Neighbors say the site breaks the law, and they hope to get an injunction to stop it in early March.
The individuals have tried to go to the politicians, and they've gone to the right channels, and they've asked all the people who have the power to try to stop this, and those people, it's fallen on deaf ears.
The injunction hearing is set for March 9th. Near Slidell, Doug Mouton, Channel 4 Eyewitness News.
The lawsuit was filed in civil court in New Orleans this morning.
Nowhere. Just have to pray. You just have to pray.
Tonight, a woman shot by a stray bullet talks about the shooting that nearly killed her.
Residents here in Lakeshore Estates take this operation to court. I'm Heath Allen. I'll have that story.
And after a disappointing end to the playoffs, Saints head coach Sean Payton talks about what's next, including the future of Drew Brees.
This is WDSU News at 6.
Slidell residents in Lakeshore Estates want to put a stop to a huge concrete crushing operation adjacent to their homes.
Contractors on the job say they're doing all they can to control the dust and the noise out there, but WDSU North Shore reporter Heath Allen tells us the battle is now headed to court.
It is a huge operation. Bertucci Contracting Company taking the tons of concrete from the Twin Span Bridge destroyed by Hurricane Katrina, breaking it down, and creating these 12-ton mattresses. They'll protect 8 miles of bank on Lake Bourne from hurricane storm surge and erosion.
And rework that material so it can be reused to armor the levees, ironically, the very levees that are protecting the homes of some of the people who are complaining.
It has been a total nightmare. We have dust in our home. We can't keep it out. The noise has been unbearable. Some nights you can't sleep.
But the huge undertaking sits right across this canal from the residents of Lakeshore Estates, plagued, they say, by the encroaching boat traffic, incessant dust and noise.
This is, 5 miles of concrete being piled up in our backyard and being crushed. And I can't believe that the elected officials let this happen.
Bertucci Contracting says they've gone above and beyond to knock down the noise and the dust, erecting this huge buffer and stacking these plastic mattresses to absorb noise. They say the state is monitoring the air quality. Developers say they are well within limits on both.
Because there have been allegations that there's hazardous material. There is none. DEQ has tested it. There have been allegations that there's dust that's infecting people's lungs. DEQ has tested it.
No. We're not suing the state. We're suing the operators and the owners of this operation back here.
The contractors say they must honor their contract with the state of Louisiana. Attorneys say the operation is just in the wrong spot. Residents have filed suit to bring things to a stop.
Is that it's impacting these residents. If they could get it stopped and moved, that would be the best for all concerned, I think.
The residents here understand the project, the coastal protection, the hurricane protection. They just don't want it done right here. On your side at Slidell, Heath Allen, WDSU News.
And more than 60 property owners have filed their suit in civil district court in New Orleans, calling concrete crushing operation illegal. They'll argue their case in a hearing set for March 9th to be exact.
From Louisiana's home team, this is Fox 8 News at 9 p.m.
Storm surge protection comes with a price for some people who say it's making their upscale community dirty and noisy. As Jessica Holly reports, 2 Lakeshore Estates families say they've had enough and plan to take matters to court.
Shirley Wagner has had it with her neighbor across the way.
It's just unbelievable.
She's referring to this enormous state project, crushing pieces of the old stretch of I-10 over Lake Pontchartrain.
And you can see the screen here, and quite a bit of the dust goes over the screen.
She's been monitoring the situation for months with a camera stationed on her front porch.
Shirley says this is an unusually quiet day, but she says she has over 500 video clips and pictures showing those loud tugboats and concrete slamming and the dust flying in her direction.
Even when you're inside, it's just totally noisy. You can't get away from it.
We visited the work site, and contractors tell us the noise and air quality are monitored regularly and are in compliance, and say the site has passed 4 inspections by the EPA, and they're doing all they can to minimize the impact on neighbors with noise and dust protection. The state chose this site, a property that belongs to the developer of nearby Lakeshore Estates, Tammany Holding Corporation. That corporation, along with every contractor involved, is now the target of a lawsuit.
We're sorry that people feel unwilling to allow this activity to take place for a short period of time for the general public's good.
The project involves crushing the concrete and creating what are called concrete mattresses.
And then reship the materials out to levees to protect the very same homes that the people are complaining about.
State officials say the project is a vital part of the storm surge protection plan. And while Shirley Wagner and her neighbor understand that, they say they don't understand why the work is being done here.
I'd love to get them out of here. It doesn't belong here.
Jessica Holly, Fox 8 News.
If the neighbors win the lawsuit, it would stop and move the project away from Lakeshore. A hearing is set for March 9th.
Some neighbors who live in the Lakeshore Estates subdivision in Slidell are suing to bring an end to the bridge busting near their homes. They say they're all for coastal protection, but busting up the old I-10 twin span so close to their homes is a health hazard and a violation of zoning laws. They want the work moved to another site. An attorney for one of the companies named in the lawsuit says the neighbors' claims are overstated, if true at all. A court hearing is set for March the 9th.